Hey, it's Round Guy again with Round Guy's Gun Reviews. In the second video we're shooting today, we're going to be taking a look at an old stock I had sitting in the corner. It's a Muzzelight Bullpup Stock for the Ruger 1022. I had it sitting in the corner, I've had it for years, and my son, that you saw in the previous video shooting the GSG 22, noticed it and wanted to take a look at it, so we went ahead and took his 1022 rifle and put it in the stock here. I know back in the early 90s, these things were pretty popular because they were one of the first companies to come out with a stock kit that actually changed the entire look of the Ruger 1022. Now there are several companies out there making things for the Ruger 1022. So this is kind of an old dinosaur here. One thing I'll note is because this is a bullpup stock, the magazine does insert behind the trigger assembly and the grip. Your traditional 25 and 30, 50 round mags will not fit because they do hit the pistol grip. Now, back in the early 90s when these things are popular, Ramline actually made a double stack 30 round magazine that was fairly short and did not have that big curve in it like the magazines today, and they fit in these, and you got kind of questionable quality. Sometimes you get one that would work great and the others would just jam consistently. So today we're just going to shoot this with the Ruger 10 round magazines. We don't have a 25 round mag or a 30 round that'll fit this. I did look online and I see that ProMag does offer a magazine for the Archangel series. It's a 25 round mag that will fit this. It doesn't have quite the curve in it, and it will clear this pistol grip. So we may pick one up and try this. The way this is set up is your 1022 is actually encased in this plastic stock. There is a spring back here because there is a huge trigger assembly, plastic rails that come back from this trigger come back, and there is a pin that actually engages the Ruger 1022 trigger, and then on reset the spring pushes the whole assembly, this whole slide mechanism, to reset the trigger so you can take your second shot. So with that being said, you put a little grease in the rails on both sides of the stock. It does increase your trigger pull, so it is a little harder to pull the trigger. It does come with an adjustable rear sight. These things weren't made for accuracy. They're not precision sights by no means. Just a cool looking setup, makes your rifle compact. My boy wanted to try it, so I figured, what the heck, let's bust it out, let's knock the dust off of it and give her a try. So we'll have him loaded up and run, maybe we might do 50 rounds through it just to have him get some trigger time on. But anyway, this is made by Muzzelight, made in the USA, and I believe they're still making this bullpup stock. I'll have to check. Like I said, these came out in the early 90s. I had one back when I was a kid. Been around a long time. There's a lot of other stuff out, newer stuff, better stuff. But we'll try this old dinosaur out. So we'll get set up and we'll be right back. One thing I like to note is this stock does come with its own safety. So you actually have two safeties. You have the safety that's on the trigger assembly of the Ruger 1022, and then in front of the trigger, go ahead and point to that, there is a safety that's built in that stops that trigger assembly from moving. So go ahead and pop some rounds off with that. Yeah, you gotta insert the mag all the way. It helps. Yeah. Check your chamber.
Clear.
Okay. Drop your magazine out. How did that trigger feel? Does it seem heavier than when you were shooting your 1022 without that bullpup stock on?
Felt exactly the same.
Really? Okay. So you can see we had a few problems there, but that can be in the ammunition. Let's see what we had here. Oh, that's an old. These were a mixture of rounds we just picked up off the bench or off the shelf, or some loose we just loaded up here. So we had one had a primer strike there, didn't go off. It was an old round, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. So anyway, there's your Muzzelight Bullpup Stock. As you can see, once that's in the gun or on the gun, it does really significantly take away your ability to easily manipulate this bolt. So if you had an extended bolt handle, it actually worked pretty good. But this is quite a bit thicker than the 1022 receiver. And operating it is a little awkward at first. Inserting the magazine behind the pistol grip. After you do it a few times, it actually gets pretty easy. So you can, and you can see here, you still have access to the Ruger's safety. Plenty of room to get to the magazine release here. So that's it right there. You can see the sights you have adjustable here for windage, and this front sight you can twist as you would like your AK or AR front sight. You can adjust that for elevation. So it's nothing fancy. It's a big plastic clamshell for your Ruger 1022, but we thought we'd get it out and shoot. It's been years since we've used it. So that's your Muzzelight, made in USA. So thanks for watching. We're going to continue to sit out here and shoot a little bit. So we'll see you in the next video. Check us out on Facebook, Round Guys Gun Reviews, on the web at www.roundguysgunreviews.com. And if you like our work, like us here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, let others know we've got more good videos coming up. Until next time.